Hey, welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to the Titan Live, Titan TV, LinkedIn Live. We are live actually on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. And today we're going to be talking about productivity and having the right mindset. And it's the productivity and mindset secrets of Titans. So as you're joining in, if you can just post where you are coming in from, just type in the chat. That would be great. Then I can see where you are from. That would be wonderful. Awesome. So what do you want to know about productivity and about mindset? I'm going to be sharing those particular secrets. There's a couple of key things I'm going to be sharing today. I'm going to be sharing with you what is my productivity formula. And this particular productivity formula I learned actually when I shifted to a 3-day work week. And it was amazing. At that time, I had a 384% increase in my business growth, but I was working way less. So I went from a 6-day week to a 3-day week, and yet I grew by 384%. So if you'd like to know what some of those secrets were, then it'd be great. So we have a number of people here. Hi, we have Nilesh Savant, welcome. We have Vaibhav. Hi, Vaibhav, welcome. Okay, Nilesh, wonderful. You guys are on LinkedIn, awesome. Okay, so we're gonna let me know what are some of the productivity hacks that you'd like to know. I'm going to share with you my specific formula and why that particular formula is more important than having time management. Often people think that just because you're thinking of productivity, you actually need to learn how to manage your time. I'm actually going to take you through something else which you're going to need to manage even better than time. Okay. So we're going to look at that. Okay. And great. So what I'm going to do, I actually wanted to run a great little session for you using my iPad, but my son has ended up using the iPad and absolutely killing the battery. So that's what happens when these days kids are at home and they get the iPad. So not to worry, but we will continue. So what I wanted to let you know, the first thing as far as productivity goes is the productivity formula. And what is that particular formula? It is FE times T is equal to P. I'll repeat that again if you can write that down somewhere. FE times T is equal to P. So T stands for time, and time is fixed. We only have 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. Okay, so everyone, doesn't matter who you are. You can be Jeff Bezos, you can be Mukesh Ambani. Each and every one of them only have 24 hours in a day. So they're not able to get any more or any less than we are. So what makes them more productive and how are they able to achieve a lot more? So it obviously comes down to the other two things. FE times T is equal to P. P stands for productivity. And my definition of productivity is a very simple one, which is essentially how do you achieve the result that you desire in the least time possible? Okay. And how have you effectively used your time? So that's a productive use of your time. So FE, F stands for focused and E stands for energy. So focused energy times time will equal productivity. And if time is fixed, therefore, then the only things that we are able to really impact and change are our focus and our energy. Okay, so focus and energy are the two that we can change. And in these days of dramatic distraction, if we can be much more focused, we can actually achieve much more. However, if we don't have enough energy, then we're not going to be able to move forward. So, actually, before we even look at focus, the first thing we've got to look at is how can we expand our energy? And there are four different areas of energy that you need to look at. So the first one is SE, which stands for spiritual energy. I'll give you a great little example with an analogy which will help you make the whole thing very clear. So imagine you're looking to work on your desktop. Okay. You're not going to be able to get any work done on the desktop unless you plug the desktop in. Okay. And you put on the on switch. Okay. Only then are you going to be able to start your machine and start working. So it's like that as far as charging yourself up and plugging yourself in as far as spiritual energy goes. And what's the best way in which you can end up doing that? Okay, it's actually through meditation. So taking some time out first thing in the morning to really plug in the right way is the best way to expand your spiritual energy. Now, I use a very simple breathing technique first to get myself centered. Okay. And it is a breathing technique which only takes 4 minutes. It's taught by Sadhguru and it's called Nadi Shuddhi. Nadi Shuddhi. Okay. So how does it work? Okay. Essentially, what you have to do is you sit in a place, you can sit there across the leg, okay? And then when you first start, you want to put your thumb you want to block your right nostril and you want to inhale through your left, okay? And then you want to exhale again through your left and do this as slowly as possible. And then inhale through your right and exhale through your right and then alternate. And keep doing that, okay? You start with the left nostril open and then you start switching, okay? And again, when you end, when your 4 minutes finishes, then you want to again end if on the last breath should be in and out through the left nostril. Now, what this will do is it will end up balancing the nadis, okay? The nadis, think of the feminine power and the masculine power, the left hemisphere, the right hemisphere, the logical, the creative, okay? It ends up balancing your system. So it's a great way in which you can get really grounded. And it's a great way to start. And it really centers me. Thereafter, I end up focusing on my heart chakra. And what happens there is I just focus on it and I feel it kind of really expanding. And as I'm breathing, my full attention is on my heart chakra. Now, what happens here is that you are helping to activate the heart chakra, and the heart chakra actually has more intelligence than your brain. And what you're trying to do at this particular point in time is you're trying to get heart brain coherence, heart brain coherence. And if you're able to do that, then you're able to harness the heart and the brain together. So it's a great way to really tap in to your full energy and really expand your complete power. Now, as I'm coming towards the end of the 11 minutes, for the remaining like last 2-3 minutes, I end up doing a visualization. I do a visualization. I go into the future. I see my future in a year's time, and I see everything already having happened as if I'm already living that amazing, perfect life. Okay. And when it comes to the other couple of minutes, then I kind of look at some of the things that I'm going to do in the day. And I see those things going really well. It's pre-paving the way with a very positive intention. I'm doing a positive visualization. Look, the thing is that things happen twice. First, they happen in your mind, and then they happen in reality. So, if you're able to set a very positive intention for the day, then it really positively sets you up in the right way. And you've set yourself up to really succeed to a level that others are not able to succeed. Why? Because you have worked first on expanding, connecting to your own spiritual energy, the SE, and then really expanding that. Okay. So that's the first part that I would want you to connect with, the spiritual energy. Next comes PE, which is your physical energy. Now, a simple way to actually kickstart your biorhythm is to actually drink some water. And what I do is, I use a copper vessel, which I've kind of kept, okay? And I've energized the water overnight, okay? So, and then what I end up doing is I pour it in a tall glass. I squeeze some lime juice, and I squeeze some sea salt. Sorry, I sprinkle some sea salt or some Himalayan pink salt. Okay. And what it does is it helps you create structured water. You have added all these specific ingredients like the lime juice and the salt, and it becomes that much easier for your body to absorb. So I end up kind of sipping that water initially when I've got up, okay, and I drink, almost a liter of that even before I start my meditation. Okay, so it's a great way to activate your body and fuel your energy. Overnight, as we sleep, so many key bodily functions happen. The body recovers, etc. Okay, and what happens is it leads to dehydration. So what we are doing is we are first hydrating our body. So I will, keep sipping away and end up drinking, a large glass, and then I will do my meditation, and that will be for about 15 minutes. So again, I'm, positively impacting my PE, my physical energy, and my SC, my spiritual energy. Okay, and then what I do is I have after I finish my meditation, I do a fasted walk for about 35 minutes. And the reason I do that is that emotion is created by motion. When we move, we are designed to move, okay? It actually activates various parts of the body. So you will actually get a lot more energy by moving. And I do a fasted walk. So, I don't eat anything. I've just had the water. And again, once I finish that, I will hydrate myself even further. And then that's a great way to get energized. Now, I didn't start out with 35 minutes. Initially, when I hadn't exercised for a long time, I ended up first just doing a 5-minute walk. And then every day, I just kept on adding 5 minutes until by the end of the week, I got up to 35 minutes. And while I am walking, and especially with lockdown and everything that had happened, I was actually just walking in the house. I would be listening to either a podcast or I would be listening to a course that I'm doing. So I'd be learning. I'd be listening to an audiobook. So it would be something positive, something that I wanted to build upon. And that would really help me as far expand my ME, which is my mental energy. So remember, we've covered three different energies. We started with the spiritual energy, then we had the physical energy. And here I'm doing two things at the same time. I'm expanding my physical energy by doing the fasted walk, and I'm also feeding my mind with something positive. I'm learning. And in this day and age, if you don't have a daily learning ritual, okay, then you know you're just going to be left behind. It's an age of dramatic disruption. Everything that we know or we knew has is being disrupted, and we're all going to have to learn. And we can't learn, once a year or something like that. We're going to have to make learning part of our daily routine. So this will expand not only our mental energy, okay, it will help train us, but I also listen to some great affirmations, some positive affirmations while I'm walking. Okay. And that actually helps uh, me expand my EE, which is my emotional energy. And one of the things that I do to expand my emotional energy is I have a gratitude ritual. I start with all the things that I have to be grateful for. And here, what I end up doing is I end up focusing on things that I like about myself, things that I want to celebrate about myself, because I really believe it's first about self-love before you can love anyone else or you can be grateful for any other thing. Okay, you have to start with appreciating yourself, and that's a great place to start. Okay, so if you begin to have these simple, easy to do routines, you set your morning routine up in the right way, then, as Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. We are what we repeatedly do. So, in that way, then what happens is that if we're setting up the right morning ritual, which is helping us get grounded, it's helping us expand our spiritual energy, helping us get our physical energy in the right place, expand that, our mental energy, our emotional energy, then we really are fueled up in the right way. We've tanked up the energy for the whole of the day. We're able to start strong, stay strong, and end strong. Okay. So it's so important that you have this in place. So if we're able to expand the energy, then even if we have the same amount of time, our productivity will go up massively. Okay. Now, uh, let's see. I've got my iPad here, so I wanted to just show this. Let me see if I'm able to um, get this to actually show up, because it'll be easier for me to actually show it to you on the screen. Give me a second, just getting this going. There we go. Okay. Okay, and let me see if I can do a screen share here right now. So let's see. I think we should be able to open it up. It's just taking a little bit of time. Let's see if we can get this done. Wow, I think we may be able to get this done. Okay, so give me a second. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's um, right. I should be able to now share this. This is amazing. This is great. Okay. So let me hopefully share this particular screen. Hang on. Here we are. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so here let me give you the productivity energy. Okay, so Fe times T is equal to productivity. Okay, so that is T, which is time. Okay, this is energy, and this is focus. So I think it's much more easier for you to see. Now, I really believe that your life or your business, you will not be able to expand unless you learn to grow yourself. Okay. So at the center, you have you, and you are made up of the PE, the ME, and you have the EE. Okay, so this is physical energy, this is spiritual energy, this is mental energy, and this is emotional energy. Okay, so I hope this is making sense to people. Now, say we have two different balls, they're the same size, okay, in terms of energy. Okay, if your focus is not there, then you're going to end up something like this. Okay, you are going to have multiple focuses, some going in the direction you want, others kind of going off at a tangent, and your energy is going to look like this. And essentially, what's happening here is you're making a millimeter of progress on a million things. Whereas if you were to focus on a few key fundamentals, then it would be like this. Okay, you'd be able to make miles of progress on a few focused fundamentals. And that's why it's so important that you not only have focus, but you've learned to expand your energy. And if you have both of those, then you're able to dramatically improve your productivity. Now, in the morning ritual, one of the things that we talked about was the meditation, and the some of the things we talked about were the breathing pattern, the Nadi Shuddhi. Okay, and you can just you Google it, or check it on YouTube, and they have a great little video about how to do it, and that will help balance you. And then you have the heart meditation, which will promote your heart brain coherence. Okay, then you can have structured water. And remember, I was saying with H2O, you can add some lemon or lime juice plus sea salt. Okay, and you can have a fasted walk, plus listen to a podcast or positive affirmations. Okay, so this is a great way for you to get started. Now, one of the other things that I end up having, I normally fast, and I do intermittent fasting. So I would be doing the 16 hours of fasting, and I generally eat between an 8 hour window. So, I generally have a meal at about 7 p.m. By 7:30, I'm done. And then, until about 1 p.m. the next day, I don't have, but I do have something called a Bulletproof Coffee, which is a black coffee, which is from the Bulletproof brand, and it is mixed with ghee and brain octane oil. Now, this is a biohacking hack, which will help you really expand your energy on a physical level, and it will give you clarity. You won't have the sugar rush or anything like that. There's no, it's blended together, and you can have that. If you're in India, there's a brand called Keto Fuel that you're able to get. Otherwise, if you're overseas, you can get the Bulletproof Coffee. Okay, so that helps you get started. The other thing that I do is I structure my day in a very specific way. So I will say that I want to what's the most important thing I want to get done. Okay, and I call that my key income producing activity, and I have the 91-1 rule. So, what is the 91-1 rule? So, what is that one most important income producing activity that I need to get done? I focus on that to have that be the first thing that I do when I start work. Okay. And I would devote 90 minutes. The first 90 minutes I would dedicate to that clear income producing activity. Okay. So I hope this is making sense to you. And this really is about focus. Okay. So in this way, you can have amazing focus. You can really expand your energy and dramatically improve your productivity and have a very strong positive mindset for the rest of the day. I hope everyone's found that really useful. Um, so I hope that's good. Just I'm going to check in on comments. If you have comments, let me know what were some of the things that you picked up. We've got different people joining in. Hi, Harish. Hi, Janice. Hi, Nilesh. So, what were some of the things you picked up? And I hope you've taken a little screenshot of this. It's been very quick, but I think I want to be of tremendous value to you, and I've just been able to share with you some really amazing things that have worked for me. And the people that I've worked with, they found this sort of massive help. Okay. Um, if you'd like to find out more about the kind of work that I do, then come along to one of the masterminds. Uh, Connect with me on LinkedIn, and these are some of the things that I teach. I also do have a website, okay, called neerajshah.me, where you can end up learning more things. And this was part of one of the a series where I was talking about how you can successfully respond, reset, and reinvent your business. And one of the ways to the first step to actually do it is to actually have a positive, productive mindset. Okay, so I hope these have been useful to you. So that's it for today. Just checking in on people. Um, Bob, yeah, thank you. Truly insightful. Thank you. Hi, Akshay. Welcome all the way from Pune. Abbas, wonderful to reconnect. It's been ages since we've connected. Janice. Yeah, very nice. So I do have connect with me. I do have a productivity course where I go into this in depth. So if that's something that you are interested in, then give me a shout and I'll be able to help you out with that. Okay. So without much further ado, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining in for today's session of Titan TV. Have a productive day.